living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant, touchdown number 22 on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 39-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Switch up. 41's coming, 41's a Mike. Guys, it's game situation, let's go. Mike.
From the gun, it's Griffin. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
You can't block me.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
From the gun on 5. They'll have 2 remaining as we... And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before.
Seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Let's go now. To Pittsburgh. It's a party now. It's a party now. Check.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Nice, sweetheart. You go tight. You got it.
Here's Griffin. Snead's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
This passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
41's coming. 41's the money.
On 2nd and goal, Griffin toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. On 3rd and goal, here's Griffin to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. From him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
This is Grant, and he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
47.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. First down and then some at midfield. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Watson's throw here complete to Waring. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, alert. No.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenny Young coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and 13.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. On 3rd down, it's Grant. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Switch. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now it's Dixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like... Lawn chair.
Down the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the shotgun, Griffin. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Here comes Grant on the return. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
This is it. 19. I got you, punk.
On 1st and 10, Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Now a first down throw. Watson flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
All day. Hey, 31.
On first down, it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Texans 14, Ravens nothing. Fairbairn 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They
blitz coming, and down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. He'll buy some time right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Safety's creeping. Check 43.
Out of the gun, Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. Jerome Baker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On 1st down, Watson. It's wearing the tight end with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Watson on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come get some. Come on here, come get some.
Watson looks to throw again. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Operating from the gun, Griffin. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back in.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
Let's go.
Watson on first down. We're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now Watson. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break. Watson, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And it's a short kick. Taken right around the 19. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run by Lindsey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, check 24.
From the gun, Griffin. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. 51 the mic, boy. 51.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you.
Chin up.
Here we go on 4th down with Griffin. He finds Roberts, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Watch twits. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. It's coming this way.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 1, Griffin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Griffin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Griffin. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
51 the mic, boy. 51.
To throw is RG3. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Here's Lindsey. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
They go play action. Griffin buying time to his left. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Whitney merciless, able to record his 5th sack of the season. They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On third down, Griffin. And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Shift. Wahoo. Go. Motion, you better go.
They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Good set. UNT. 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the pass. Check. Line up, go.
They'll run on first down. Grant evades the tackler, and now some space. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Check 48's the mic. We own them. Behind the rope.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Matt Judon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
25, check 25, check 25. Motion. Hey, 59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. Here we go on fourth. Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All day, every day, any day. Slam, slam, slam. 6 guys. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Shift. To the ball.
It's complete to Snead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Come on, D. Check. Fresno.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, tight. He's checking. Crash. Kill. Hey, I got it.
They go read option with Griffin. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now it's Griffin. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Fourth down. Here's RG3. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got.
Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check the out.
Here's Grant. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
40 to set. 18. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shift.
On 1st and 10, Watson flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Ravens have got it. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. Snead's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Griffin to throw. Caught by Snead over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. They go read option with Griffin. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, it's Griffin. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. Now it's Griffin. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jerome Baker, and this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Steps away to his left. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. They're all through now in that game in Tampa. And the Saints have surged back to take the lead there. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
From the shotgun, Griffin. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Willie Snead. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And good hustle here, as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
At their own 9-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Houston, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a